What Tasha Gennarino does for a living.
I co-own Sandy Creek Alpacas. We have a soy candle company. I run a marketing company. I work for Pearson Education as an instructional designer.
So she's pretty busy.
Very busy.
That's why she gets annoyed when her phone rings.
Hello?
And it's one of those political robo-calls. This year, one came from former candidate for New York Governor Carl Palladino.
You have not heard the last of Carl Palladino.
Another from Mitt Romney.
I need your vote. I need your help.
They called Tasha because she's a registered Republican. Candidates in both parties make these calls.
I kind of feel like they're invading my privacy. They're invading my home with their message. And if they really wanted to do that, they should come to my front door to talk to me.
Political robocalls are pre-recorded messages on a computer that start as soon as you answer your phone. We actually got one emailed to us by a group called the Congressional Leadership Fund. Here's how it starts.
I'm calling on behalf of the Congressional Leadership Fund to tell you about the Week New Jobs Report.
When the government created the Do Not Call registry, it exempted political calls. In a Twitter Q&A, the Federal Trade Commission said it's because the calls are protected by the First Amendment. The question was asked by End the Robocalls, a Twitter handle created by a man named Sean Dakin.
People are sick and tired of getting robocalls because
5 years ago, Dakin had enough. So he started a different registry called the National Political Do Not Call Registry, and its website, stoppoliticalcalls.org.
Mr. Dakin?
In 2008, he testified in front of a Senate committee looking into the political calls.
Let me be clear. Voters on both sides of the aisle and those in between have had enough of robocalls.
Dakin says they are the equivalent of spam.
Not authorized by any candidate or candidates committees.
There's no discourse, no political discourse, no conversation, just messages being shoved down your throat.
Here's how his website works. You sign up, including your address. The site then contacts your local politicians and their campaigns and asks them not to contact you. The politicians and campaigns only see your phone number, not your name. Well, we wanted to know what local candidates think about this.
Jobs that promised in the area.
Maggie Brooks, running for Congress, says she doesn't plan on using robocalls at all.
I do make personal phone calls. Those are not robocalls. That's me calling voters just to say what's on your mind and talk to them directly.
Brooks's competitor, Louise Slaughter, declined to talk to us about the story.
Good afternoon.
When did you get into the alpaca business?
2003.
Tasha Gennarino did not know about Stop the Political Calls until we told her about it. She's looking for anything that will stop her phone from ringing.
I think that they can add value to a voter who maybe doesn't have the information, but for me, I don't want their information influencing my decision, so I would prefer to be on a list where it says don't call me.
We've got a link to the website on our website, WHEC.com. Now, Sean Dakin told me that he's got about 500,000 people signed up on the Political Do Not Call registry, but only 2,000 from the Rochester area, and not one politician from New York has signed up to endorse the website. Again, because these phone calls, these political phone calls, are protected free speech, the Constitution says you can't outlaw them. There's nothing you can do to block them. But Sean Dakin says he sees his website more as a deterrent. He says, why would politicians want to upset a potential voter by calling them when they are on the record asking them not to?
Well,